The Mississippi River, this is also incredible, has hit historic low levels due to the current drought the country is facing. The unusually low water levels of the river have caused barges to get stuck in mud and sand. It's also triggered waterway restrictions from the Coast Guard. Water levels are projected to drop even further in the coming weeks as well, hurting the region's economic activity and potentially threatening jobs. Joining me now for more on this is ABC News Chief Meteorologist Ginger Zee. Ginger, always good to see you.
Great to be here.
So this troubling news here at the Mississippi River, if it continues to decline in water level, what are the short-term and long-term impacts for our country?
I think as soon as we started seeing the water levels approaching historic lows, all of us, at least in the weather and climate departments here, started raising our eyebrows, because this is something we've only seen, in records that go back to the 1890s, really twice before. 1988 and 2012 are both memorable years for when the Mississippi was so low. The impacts are vast. It's not just to the economy of the region. The man that I talked to, who runs one of the bigger shipping companies, he told me that when they can't run, which they're having trouble running, America can't run. Because think about what goes up and down the Mississippi River. It's everything from coal and plastic, oil, grains, steel. Some of the most important exports that this country creates cannot get downriver, or they're getting downriver and much less so. So the pictures you're seeing there are of boats that are barely able to get through. They're having to lighten their load by up to 50%. So they're just leaving big piles of soybeans and corn on the side. I mean, it is harvest time, and harvest was going well and is going well, but if you can't get that grain anywhere after you pick it, there's no point. And so right now there are just big piles covered with tarps waiting until we get some water in the Mississippi River. And right now I know the Army Corps of Engineers has been dredging, and I have a call into them to see what's next. Can we do anything else?
Right. Is there any relief in sight, any rain coming to this region?
Well, that's the thing, is we're in severe drought, and I think you probably saw some of the drought monitors. It's almost every state. And when you're looking at something like Wisconsin to Iowa down to Mississippi with a lot of red and orange, look at Arkansas there, and that's why Memphis is one of those low spots where we've seen record lows. You really want moisture. Well, this is the November through January outlook for precipitation. Drought worsening for a majority of that area. Unfortunately, you also need a lot. This isn't just, ooh, we got a couple of inches of rain and the Mississippi filled. It is a giant and vast body of water that needs to be not depleted, but added to from north to south. You need a lot of snow this winter that's going to have to melt in the right places, and you're going to need big change. This isn't something that ends tomorrow, even if we had an inundating rainstorm.
Speaking of this winter, since we have you here, I want to ask you, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration just published the U.S. temperature and precipitation outlook for the winter. What do you think we're in store for?
Right. So this is the thing, is we are going into something called a triple dip La Nina, something we've only ever done 2 other times in the history of us studying how the temperatures of the Pacific Ocean influence our weather patterns. La Nina typically means that you'd have a warmer south, drier as well, which nobody needs down there, and that you'd have kind of average in the northeast and just a little bit more cool and rain, snow up in the northern plains and Great Lakes. And it looks like the outlook fits a very typical La Nina. So the La Nina pattern here would take Seattle and Portland, who have been baking hot, by the way, and give them a above average precipitation, which would be nice there. Not what they want to hear in Southern California or Nevada, Colorado, where that Colorado River has been so low because no snow the last couple of years in the other La Ninas.
Right.
Remember, Lake Mead and Lake Powell all fed by that. That would be horrible for them. The Southeast and even Florida, who's just been baking for a couple of years, looks like another warmer than average place. So the Great Lakes into the kind of interior Northeast could end up seeing a little bit more snow and rain and perhaps slightly cooler than average.
All right, triple dip La Nina. Ginger Zee, thanks for making sense of it all.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.